Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, where I learned this truth from. Peace, salutation, blessings, and mercies to the elect scattered all over the earth. This is Romans 10:9. It says that if thou shalt confess with thy mouth that the Lord Yahweh Shai, all right, it says Jesus here, but we know his true name in the holy tongue, the ancient Hebrew, is Yahweh Shai. It says, and shalt believe in thine heart that the Most High power hath raised him from the dead, thou shalt be saved. All right, and I opened up with this scripture based off of a spiritual dream I had last night. All right, so this will be a testimony, but Lord's will, it be edifying, comforting, and encouraging. All right, so in this dream I had, I'll give the details on the dream, and then I'll read this scripture again, break it down, and we'll get more precepts. So I had a dream last night. It was somewhat of a long dream, and I don't remember things as far as dialect, but what I do remember, it was a lot going on, a lot of random stuff. You know how dreams are. But, I spit out the bones and extracted what was spiritual out of it. And what was going on is I was with the brothers in my camp in particular, and we were in some type of hall. I can't even describe the type of place we were in, but basically we were in some type of facility, all right, with a lot of other people. It was a lot of people there, and the vibration in the facility was of joy and mirth. It wasn't, no one was really scared or in fear. We weren't, it wasn't like that. All right. But out of nowhere, a militia, all right, a group of militia started killing people. All right. And everybody was running around chaotic, and looking for an escape. But pretty much I remember a lot of people were getting killed. But I remember me and myself and the brothers, or I should say the brothers and myself, we were together as a unit while everybody was forsaking each other and running around all chaotic, trying to look for escape. We stuck together as a unit, and pretty much, like I said, I don't remember dialect, but the Most High made a way for us to escape, all right, as well as other people too. Some of them were escaping, but me and the brothers, we stuck together, and we came across this open field, which we were running towards our vehicles, all right, our cars. And we was like, man, you know how in a dream you only could run so fast, it felt like you running in slow motion. That's how it was. And you had these individuals that were a part of the militia with assault rifles, and it was like an open field with us brothers and a bunch of other people running, everybody trying to escape to their cars. And the militia with the assault rifles, they were sniping people down pretty much, and as we running, it's people next to us falling. Oh shit. But as we're running, we're together in a unit. And like I said, I don't remember dialogue, but I'm pretty sure we were calling on the name Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. I'm pretty sure we were doing that, because when I woke up from my dream, it was a fearful dream. Actually, I woke up in a sweat, scared, heart beating, and I was calling on the name. I was saying Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai over and over again when I woke up to try to go back to sleep, to get some rest. It was one of those dreams where you kind of didn't really want to go back to sleep. All right, that's how intense it was. But as we're running, people were falling out, getting shot. along the side of us, hearts racing. And one of the brothers, I won't say his name, but one of the brothers in our camp gets shot up in the back. And we like, no. And he falls. But seconds later, he pops up to his feet, all right, with a smile on his face, like nothing happened. And we're all looking at him, and we see the bullet hole, all right, and he's bleeding, but yet he's alive, like nothing. He's just up and moving like nothing happened. So we just keep running to our cars, and each one of us brothers, we all made it to our cars and were able to pull off. All right. And the last thing I remember is I was on the freeway headed home. All right. And that's all I remember. But, the spiritual things I took out of that, which is why I opened up with this scripture in Romans 10:9, that if thou shalt confess with thy mouth the Lord Yahushai, which we're all doing right now, all the brothers that was in my dream, we're all doing that, confessing with our mouth Yahushai and the gospel. It says, and shalt believe in thy heart that the Most High hath raised him from the dead. All right. And I'm confident that all of us brothers sincerely believe that thou shalt be saved. All right. And the scriptures say, many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivereth him out of them all. All right. So that dream to me was like a display of us being saved. All right. And I liken us making it to our vehicles as getting beamed up on those ships, Lord's will, because a car is a modern day chariot, like an ancient world chariot that horses pull. And that's how the so-called UFOs are described, as a chariot. They're vehicles. All right. They have power to move, to get around, power of flight. All right. So I liken us making it, escaping and making it to our cars is us getting beamed up, Lord's will. As it says, here I am I'm in Romans. Let's get it real quick in Revelation 11 and verse 12, one of my favorite scriptures that I always get. It says, and they heard a voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud. All right. The chariots, the so-called UFOs, and their enemies beheld them. All right. So those people with the assault rifles, the militia who were sniping people down, they saw us escape and leave in our cars. All right. And like I said, the last thing I remember in the dream is I was on the highway, on the freeway, headed home. And I felt safe, but, I was still on the edge, like, damn, heart beating. All right. Which brings me to the next precept. All right. Then I'll get scriptures concerning the brother that got shot, but yet lived. He hopped right up to his feet, because the other people that were getting shot, they was dead. They wasn't moving. But the brother got shot, and seconds later, he hopped to his feet with energy and a smile on his face. All right, but let me get this in 1 Peter, because like I said, this was a very, I didn't wake up in the spirit of joy necessarily. I woke up, with a heavy mind. That was a very intense and fearful dream. So this is 1 Peter 4 and verse 18. Because the scriptures say that the elect's going to be saved, but the elect is going to be saved out of trouble. Meaning that, Lord's will, we be of the elect, we'll be in the midst of the trouble. All right, while everything is going down, the sedition, the famines, the war. All right, but the Lord is going to deliver us from these situations. As it says in Job 5, and I'll get that too. This is 1 Peter 4 and verse 18. It says, and if the righteous scarcely be saved, and we were scarcely delivered, we had to make a run for it. A brother even got shot along the way, but yet he lived. And if the righteous scarcely be saved, Where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear? All right, you people are through. Like I said, it was people getting shot up next to us, and they didn't make it. They was dead. All right, but the point is, scarcely be saved. So we gonna make it out of here by the hair of our chinny chin chins. You know, Lord's will, we make it to see the salvation and be delivered on those ships. Simultaneously, as the nuclear destruction hits, as those missiles are flying in the atmosphere and making a downfall, that's when the elect is going to call on those names, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and be delivered and beamed up into the chariot. All right, so that's scarcely being saved. All right, but so that doctrine of the Christian rapture, that, you know, those who, you know, are good are just going to be, you know, beamed up before anything happens, that's not true. All right, it said in 1 Peter 4:18, the righteous is going to scarcely be saved. And that's what what I experienced in that dream that I had last night. All right, but let's see. Let me get Revelation 11:3 now, concerning the brother that got shot, but he lived. All right, this is Revelation 11, and I'll start at verse 3, getting straight to the point. And I will give power unto my two witnesses. All right, and the two witnesses is, you know, historically dealing with Zerubbabel, who was King David, if you could receive it, Zerubbabel, and Joshua the high priest. All right, but also representing Israel, the northern and southern kingdom. It says, and they shall prophesy 1,260 days, clothed in sackcloth. These are the two olive trees and the two candlesticks standing before the power of the earth. And if any man now is about to go into some examples of power that Moses and Elijah had. It says, and if any man will hurt them, fire proceedeth out of their mouth and devoureth their enemies. And if any man will hurt them, he must in this manner be killed. And we know in times past that Elijah called down fire from heaven and it consumed his enemies. It says, these have power to shut heaven, that it rain not in the days of their prophecy. All right, again, the prophet Elijah had power to do this. It says, and have power over waters to turn them to blood, and to smite the earth with all plagues as often as they will. Going into the examples of what Moses spoke against Egypt, those 10 plagues. All right, it was the Most High who brought that, but through his servant Moses. It says, and when they shall, well, that was the point right there, because we got to keep in mind the standard is going to be lifted. All right, we are going to receive spiritual power. All right, those that wait on the Lord. Let me get a couple precepts real quick. It says, if any man hurt them, he must in this manner be killed. Let me get Wisdom of Solomon, the 3rd chapter, real quick, and get straight to the point. The points in 7, I'll start at 6. As gold in the furnace hath he tried them, and received them as a burnt offering. And in the time of their visitation, all right, when that standard is lifted, they shall shine and run to and fro like sparks among the stubble. All right, if you watch sparks burning among stubble, you know, among coals, that's like flash speed. It says, they shall judge the nations and have dominion over the people, and their Lord shall reign forever. All right, judging the nations and having dominion over the people, that goes back to that power that's going to be given to the elect of Israel that we read in Revelation 11. All right. Now let's get with what Yahweh Shai said in Mark 16. And he was really speaking to us in these last days, as well as his disciples in that present time, but really for us right now. This is Mark 16 and verse 16. It says, he that believeth and is baptized shall be saved. And we opened up with Romans 10 and 9. If you confess the Lord Yahushua and believe that the Most High raised him for the dead, you'll be saved. All right. Other precepts, Joel 2 and I believe 32. Whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord shall be saved. And we know that whosoever is talking about Israel. That whole chapter in Joel is talking about Israel. All right. So again, he that believeth and is baptized shall be saved, but he that believeth not shall be damned. And these signs shall follow them that believe. In my name shall they cast out devils. They shall speak with new tongues. And the disciples did this in the book of Acts. They casted out devils like Yahushua did. Casting off spirits people had on them. They spoke in diverse tongues. All right. I believe that was on the Pentecost. Verse 18. And here's the real point. They shall take up serpents. And remember, the Apostle Paul, he got bit by a poisonous serpent while he was preaching. And he just threw it off of him and kept preaching. It says, and if they drink any deadly thing, it shall not hurt them. Think about that. That's drinking poison. Think about us growing up here in America, all the McDonald's, GMO, vaccines we took when we were children. We should be dumb and through like the rest of these people, but yet the Lord gave us the spirit of power, not the spirit of fear, but of love, power, and of a sound mind. All right. It's the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profiteth nothing. Roughly paraphrasing. All right. It says they shall lay hands on the sick and they shall recover. And I thought of this scripture when I was reflecting on the dream when I woke up, the brother being shot. A big old bullet hole, in his torso. But he bounced up on his feet, with energy, with a huge smile on his face. All right. So to me, that dream was Lord's will. It was confirmation, that we need to just keep pushing. And the Lord is going to take care of us. And no matter how bad it gets for us, the odds against us, the Lord is going to be with us all the way up until salvation. All right. So Lord's will, this spiritual testimony of a dream was exhorting. All right. Lord's will was edifying, giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS. Peace and mercy to the elect. Shalom.